Hey, are you looking for a hot wife? Maybe you're looking for a cuckold relationship. Then you need to join Venus Connections matchmaking service. It's totally private, it's fun blind dates, and all members are vetted. And it works. There was even a wedding last year, and there'll be another one next year. It's definitely hard to find your life partner, I know. And it's even harder to find this kind of relationship. But you'll never win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, right? So join VenusConnections.com. That's VenusConnections.com. And find the relationship of your dreams. This is the Venus Cuckoldress Podcast, a place to learn all things cuckolding for the curious, for the passionate, and for the sexually empowered woman who wants it all.
Let's go.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Venus. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I have Doc Chocolate from the Bulls and Queens podcast and Fun Charlie. They are joining me to talk about why the fuck is it so hard to find the right bull in this cuckolding lifestyle? Why is it such a fucking difficult task? So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to be going over a few possibly controversial solutions. I don't think that they're controversial at all, but I think you might be surprised by some of these ideas that we're going to talk about today, because it's not something that I think a lot of people think about, but I think is the perfect solution to finding the right bull for fulfilling your cuckold fantasies, you and your wife. But first, I do have a few announcements, and I finally got the stats back from my podcast platform about which episodes were the most popular, most downloaded, most listened to episodes from 2025. And I don't find them very surprising, because I knew that these ones were going to be a fucking massive hit. So the first number one most downloaded, most listened to episode of 2025 was episode number 8. And it was called The Hottest Real Life Cuckolding Stories. And this was a couple who came on the show and talked about some of the things that they've done in their relationship together. And it was pretty wild. It was pretty fun. It was great to hear about all of the fun that they were having. So that was episode 8. That was number 1. Most downloaded for 2025. Number 2, this one was really interesting. This one was episode number 4, and it was called Crushing Defeat and Unable to Compete with BBC. A Cuck is Born. That was the title of the episode. It was actually my very good friend who was a guest on that show who shared his story, and it was controversial. I have guys who have said that they have listened to that on repeat, like over and over again. There's something about that story he shared that they can't get enough of. I also got a shit ton of hate mail from that episode directed at me, not at the guest who shared his story, but directed at me, saying that I was so mean and that I was laughing at my friend. I should have been nicer, that it was terrible and awful, and they can't listen to it because like I was such a big meanie. And like I said, this is like one of my closest friends. She was on the show sharing his story. So we've talked about these things that have happened to him in his life. We've laughed about it many times. He thinks it's just as amusing, painfully amusing, as I do. And so there was no damage done to him for me laughing along with him at this story. And so I just think it's fucking hilarious, because I think that the guys who got all butthurt about that story, there was something about that really triggered some deep-seated insecurities that they have, and they wanted to like lash out on me. But anyway, I fucking love that episode. I love that story. This is the reason why I asked him to come on the show and share it, because I was like, this story is so fucking awesome. Anyway, it's called Crushing Defeat. That was episode number 4. And then the third most downloaded episode from 2025 was episode number 10. And this one was called Pussy Free Cuckolding from Their Wedding Day. So this is a couple who came on and talked about their dynamic in their cuckolding relationship. And I don't know what it is, but there's something about when you mention pussy free marriage or pussy free relationship, it is almost like, I don't know what it is. There's this real hook for guys that you're just like, oh my God, wait, what? This couple's actually doing it? Like, this is such a wild fantasy, but seems so extreme for so many guys. And so for a couple to come on and talk about what that's actually been like for them, I can totally understand why there was a lot of interest in that episode. So that was Pussy Free Cuckolding from Their Wedding Day, episode number 10. So if you haven't listened to those 3, you should probably bookmark them and make sure that you have a listen because I think you'll love them. All right. The last announcement that I have for this show is I am putting a shout out. I've already put something out on my socials about this, but I'm doing it on the podcast as well. I would really like to have some more women as guests on the show to talk about their cuckolding relationship or what it's been like for them to share their story. I'm not looking for experts or, people who are very super experienced or anything like that. I would like to find some women who have been introduced to this kind of relationship and who would love to share their story about what it's been like for them on the show. So if anyone listening knows of any women who would like to share their story, if there's any ladies listening and you'd like to share their story as a guest on the show, you can certainly just send me a message. And that's you can send me an email at venus@venuscuckoldress.com, or you can use the contact form on the website venuscuckoldress.com. Just click on the link that says contact and you can reach out that way. So hopefully I will be able to share some more of the female perspective for 2026 on the show. All right, that's it for announcements. Now let's jump into this episode with Doc Chocolate and Fun Charlie to talk about how to find the right bull for you. Here we go.
So today on this episode, it is Doc Chocolate and
Fun Charlie
and
Venus.
And we are Three's Company. Okay. Yeah. I was waiting for a courtesy laugh. Yeah, but anyways, hey, Solomon. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to talk about in today's episode is finding a bull. So there's many of you couples out there. Maybe you're cuck couples, maybe you're hot wife couples, whatever you want to call yourself. The question and the matter and the search is still the same. You guys are all trying to find bulls, such as myself. Am I a bull?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Cool. I don't have horns or anything like that.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. I do get a little bit horny.
Yeah.
But
a little.
Maybe a lot. But we're going to talk about how to find a bull, some of the issues that some of you couples, even ladies, are going through once you are trying to find a bull. So, Venus, let's start off with you. Like, what type of adventures have you been through when you have been trying to find a bull in your journey?
Are you looking for the perfect gift for your wife? I was recently sent a new toy, and it's called the Throom by Shalavello. It has basically everything. It's like a vibrating dildo. It has A and G spot wiggling, G and U spot throbbing, and C spot vibrations all in one. It pulses for deeper synchronized sensations, and it has a lifelike come hither a massage with 7 adjustable modes. It's USB rechargeable, it's body safe silicone, it's water resistant, and it comes with a 2-year service and 5-year warranty. I tried it out and it definitely did the job. So give her what she really wants and check out the link in the show notes for today's episode. But hurry, it's on sale right now and that's not going to last very long. It's a never-ending fucking struggle. It is probably one of the most common questions I've had over the last 10 plus years in this lifestyle is how to find the right bull, and why is it so fucking hard? So this is what I get asked all the time. I mean, all the fucking time. And so I've had, years and years and years to think about it. However, I've also struggled with this myself because I enjoy being in this lifestyle. Even though I've spent a lot of it as a single woman, I still really enjoy my bull friends in my life. And finding them hasn't always been easy, or finding the right ones hasn't always been easy. So I understand the struggle. I fucking get it. I've been through some of the shit that you all have been through too. All of the fucking catfishing, the ghosting, the fucking pictures that don't actually belong to the person. Like, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Or just fucking complete disasters. So the struggles, the frustration is real, and I get it and I feel it, and it's been hard. However, I went from living in a really big city for all of my life to this year, or not this year, 6 months ago, moving pretty far away. And now I live in a much smaller city, and holy fuck, the struggle is real. And I have had zero success. So let's talk about it.
Let's get it.
He's like, please, let's talk about it. And okay, real quick question. Ladies, and either one of y'all can answer this, but why do you think these people, these dudes are out here catfishing and sending pictures that don't belong to them? Because like on the opposite side of the spectrum, I get that, right? I'll get pictures of these beautiful, gorgeous ass ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, they'll say, send me a picture of Venus or send me a picture of Charlie. Be like, oh, this is me. And I'm like, that ain't you.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No.
And then I'll ask them, I'll say, okay, send me a picture of you holding 3 fingers by your face. And they disappear.
Yeah.
Yes.
They fucking disappear
Yeah.
because of catfishing. Why do they do that?
I think those guys like it's just like they get as much out of you as they can, and then they move on to the next person because they have the fantasy of like talking it out and stuff. And I think a lot of people fall for it.
So they get off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then once you say, hey, prove that you're a real person, then they're like, oh crap, it's over. I gotta find another person.
Okay. So, and they do that to you ladies as well. So let's say in Venus's standpoint, right? Some guy will send you a picture of some dude that looks like Idris Elba and try and say that that's him. And like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Does it happen? I don't know if it happens as much to men, the catfishing, as it does for women. I find with bulls more, I get promises that they don't intend to keep or can't keep. Like, oh, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. This is going to be the most amazing. And then they get there, they last 2 minutes and then they're gone. And it's like, dude, if you would have not promised me all that crap, then, this could have been
I have the most embarrassing story, you guys.
We want to hear it. Three's Company, baby.
This was way back in the beginning before I started podcasting. This is back when I was just blogging like a decade ago. And I was naive. Okay, you guys, I did not know about this whole issue around like catfishing and shit like that. And so I was just not as careful as I should have been. Anyway, I don't even remember where I came across this guy, but he was like apparently a black guy, and he apparently had this like really huge dick, and he sent me pictures, and I was just like, wow. Anyway, him and I were chatting, and he had all sorts of excuses about why he couldn't meet up and whatever. And oh my God, it took 3 months, 3 fucking months until I realized that I was being catfished. You guys, I had no idea. First of all, oh my God. Okay. First of all, saw one of the photos that he had sent me as his own on FetLife, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not yours. And he had like cropped out this watermark. So I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, what is this? So then I Googled his phone number because we'd been texting. Oh my God, you guys, it wasn't even a black guy I was talking to. It was a fucking old ass white guy.
Oh my
And
God.
when I Googled his number, it was like this page showed up and it was on a church website. Like this guy, it was his like, he was part of some church group. And I was like, what the fuck? I immediately blocked him, but I was just like, whoa, what? Like, I can't believe I talked to that guy for 3 fucking months. Like I felt like my privacy was violated. I felt so stupid. I was just like, oh my God. After that, yeah, I learned a few things, but I've still been catfished since then. And you're right. It's about guys who promise a lot and then can't deliver. Yeah, you're all blurry.
Yeah. No, I know. It's like, I don't understand that because it's like eventually you are going to have to meet or say you can't meet. And it's like, so what? The only thing I can think of for that situation is it's the fantasy of, and I think some people get off on just fucking with people, like just causing pain, you know?
And I think that's what it is too, because they already know that at the end of the day, there needs to be some type of finality to it, right? Yeah. You know, and they know that they're never going to meet up with you in person, you know, and it's like they just get off on fucking with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
well,
sick.
there was what I find is most common is guys who are dick fishing. So they're catfishing with their dicks. So they're using other guys' dick pics as their own. And it was really funny because there's a friend of mine who does events and she was organizing a meet and greet. And so I was going through the list of people who are interested in going, and 2 of the black guys on her list that were interested in going, each had the same dick pic. And I was like, oh God, which I bet this doesn't even belong to either one of you.
What are the chances?
Right.
I mean, unless they're a really famous porn star or something, what are the freaking chances?
But Doc, to go back to what you said about like this, or it might be, maybe it was you, Charlie, about this happening more to women than men. I think it happens a lot on both sides. I think that, but I think it's more malicious when guys get catfished, when there's women pretending to be a hot wife. Oh, I'm looking for a cuck or whatever like that. This is more deceptive. It's more malicious. It's bad intentions. It's usually some scammer who's pretending to be a woman. And I know this because like I got contacted on FetLife by this guy who was like, this is what I do. Like I pretend to be a woman. I scam these guys out of all this money. But this one really rich guy wants to actually meet in person. Venus, do you want to pretend to be this woman that I've been pretending to be and you'll make all this money? I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I think there's just a lot of that shit happening going on too. So whereas I find like when it's, a bull catfishing, it's just it's probably a white dude and he's just wanking his wiener to the idea of, oh, I get to be a bull for today. This is really hot.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. It does. Yeah. So that's got to be a fan. Yeah.
Okay. So getting back to the point of, or the discussion of how to find a bull, right? My 2 cents on it is that obviously it's going to be easier for you ladies, you couples, to find a bull if you live in a metropolitan area, right? So if you're living in, let's say, New York or Dallas or Houston or Chicago, mediocre white man tears. Wow. You had all you distracted me all types of way, Venus. Okay, so those of you guys who are listening to the audio, Venus pulled up her coffee cup and it says mediocre white man tears. And then I was like, tears?
That is hilarious.
Yeah, SNKcollective.com. They have the best shirts and the best mugs.
Oh my
Yeah. it is. Oh man. Okay. Look, make me forget what I was talking about. So
Big
when you're
city. Big city.
big cities.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you live in big cities, you can probably find big black dicks. Big cities, big dicks, right?
The odds
But
are better. Yeah.
odds are better, right? But if you're living in, let's say, areas that are a little bit scarce in the black gold resources,
like Utah or
yeah,
Idaho.
Utah or Idaho,
The whitest of white places.
the northwestern
Yeah.
parts of the U.S. or Canada, it's kind of rough, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, like, what do you do? And let's brainstorm this, right? So my take, and you ladies can jump in. I already have some ideas, but I want to hear from you ladies.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay,
Your ladies.
Venus, you've done this for longer. You go. You start. I'll add if I have anything. I'm not sure I have much.
Yeah. The problem with trying to find somebody in a smaller location or smaller place, the problem for a lot of people is discretion. Like they do not want to bump into someone that they know or someone who they don't know but is connected to people they know. So the possibility of getting outed is pretty high. This is a big fear factor for so many couples out there, and I get it. Like I completely understand why this would be a deal breaker. And for those couples, honestly, it's just for many of them, it's just a matter of, okay, well, we're just going to go to a different city or town for the weekend and find somebody there. And makes it safer. They're probably not going to bump into somebody that they know, but it's not always convenient, and it's not something you can always make happen on the regular for a lot of people. So alternatively, you're stuck with no other option but to look locally. And the dating apps completely suck ass. Like they're just fucking horrible. I have had very little luck with FetLife. And there's dating apps like Field, which can be helpful because it's for people who are open-minded and kinky. But I will tell you from the female perspective, being on those apps, on that app anyway, there are tons of guys on that app who are just looking for pussy. They're not actually kinky, even though they're like, oh, I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
Super open-minded, but whatever you want, just tell me. And it's like, I know you just want me to open my legs. That's all it is.
They'll tell you whatever they can tell you to get whatever. Yeah.
So you can find some guys for sex on there. Are you going to be able to find a bull, the kind of bull that you're looking for? Probably not, but it is more likely that you're going to find somebody open-minded there. And then there's the issue of like, okay, well, do you put your picture on your profile? A lot of couples will just put like a picture of the two of them that's just like shoulders down. And so people can get an idea of your body type. And that's cool. That's fine. But eventually at some point, you're going to have to show them what you look like. You can't be so scared about being outed that you can't move forward to meet up with this person.
Yeah.
So the dating apps suck. FetLife sucks. Like it all fucking sucks. So take it from me. It sucks. I have no great options for you there. People contact me all the time and they're like, well, you have a matchmaking service for cuckolding. Why don't you have one for couples and bulls? I'm like, that would be so fucking hard because you have to, in order for it to be successful, you'd have to have a gazillion people signed up everywhere in North America. Yeah. And you just wouldn't be able to even like there's that Chirp app, which is for guys who are looking for an FLR. Great app. But the biggest complaint is that there's nobody locally. It's like you can't have a successful matchmaking anything unless you have like a whole bunch of people around you. And to do that, you need tons of people signing up, which in this little niche of a fucking lifestyle is probably not going to happen.
Okay. And that's a good point, right? Mm-hmm. And so my contention, and I know we've discussed this before in the past, is if you want something good, you have to import it into you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so, and I mean, you would think that it's a simple solution, but there's, it's harder than it sounds. But I feel like the issue with that is because a lot of couples or even ladies are like, oh well, I'm not gonna pay to fly this motherfucker down here, you know. But the thing is, like, men have been doing it for ages, you know. Like, how many times have you heard of, like, you know, Russian, you know, mail order brides or Asian mail order brides or whatnot, right? If I'm a single dude and, you know, like let's say I live in the middle of nowhere, if I want a, you know, hot little woman, you know, hey, maybe I go order a bride, even though that can, but whatever, you know. But you're talking about you want some black dick and you want some VIP black dick, you want some quality dick, you want some dick that you know is going to get hard and it's not going to go limp, and you want a good looking dude and you want a guy that's a gentleman, you know. You're probably not going to find that in Walla Walla, Washington, you know. And so if you're really adamant about finding it and you don't want some like hood dude off the street that's missing some teeth, you may need to buy this dude a ticket to fly out there. You may need to buy him a hotel room and do something in order to get what you want. It's called equal exchange. That's called economics, supply and demand.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of importing the chocolate, and up until now, there's no tariffs on it, so we're good.
Nice. That was good.
That was basically her way of saying fuck Trump. We're not getting political though.
Yeah. Yeah, for right now, I mean, I in the past have gone to the U.S. to my favorite bull friends, and I have enjoyed that because it's a fun, you know, weekend away. It's a nice little trip. I get to see my favorite guys, and it's just great. But I don't know if anybody's noticed or not, but us polite, friendly, little lovely Canadians have been boycotting our travel to the U.S., and myself included. So I have not been to the U.S. for a hot minute, and I miss my chocolate. So I have been, you know, importing the chocolate to Canada, and that's been great. I did that a few months ago with Mo from San Diego and enjoyed a whole fucking weekend with him. And oh my God, it was fucking amazing. And that was in Vancouver. So I'm a big fan. And yes, absolutely, you should be doing that. If you have somebody who you know you're comfortable with, or you have a pretty good idea that you're going to be comfortable with, for all the cucks who are listening to this right now, for all the husbands, buy the fucking ticket. Okay, do it. Better yet, pay for everything for the bull to come. Okay, for fucking everything. Give him a fat ass tip too, because I mean, like he's gonna dick her down so good, and you're just gonna fucking have the best cuck life you could possibly imagine. Like, fucking go for it.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about that.
I agree. And something that I've learned since I've been with you and in content creation in general, I think we get a little spoiled because if you're in a swinger and you're in the lifestyle and stuff, if you basically, there are so many single guys in the swinging lifestyle that if you're like, hey, this lady needs to get fucked, there's 10 guys there ready to do it. But if you are a couple or a single woman looking for a bull, a good bull, they have so much pussy available to them. You cannot just dangle pussy. You can't just go, hi, my wife needs to get fucked. I should have like 20 guys wanting to fuck her. Even if she's hot, they have all these ladies all around. It's like, and it's becoming more and more popular. So they're in more and more demand. So you have to at least make their efforts, especially if you find a good one, you have to make their efforts worth it. You have to make, you know, and you just can't imagine. You just can't expect them to show up and do all of this amazing stuff to your wife and then just go home. You know, it's like, make it worth their while. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the good ones.
Well, and I mean, people will hit me up, right? You know, so maybe they see a little bit of my porn and whatnot. And, you know, I'm as lovely as your wife may look, you know, I'm not going to go in there and fuck her in 15 different ways and pick her up over my head and throw her around and spin her around like she's a pizza and shit like that. And like, you're not going to compensate me.
Yeah,
I'm going to go out of my way. I don't need to, you know? And I've had this experience where people would hit me up on Twitter DMs, and they want, let's say, a gangbang set up for them, right? And so one guy, you know, he said, I want 5 black guys, you know, 5 muscular black studs. Okay, I can do that. You know, I have like a nice store of black guys.
Nice little catalog.
catalog. It's like the Sears Roebuck and Company catalog. And, and he's like, okay, I love for this and that to happen, this and that to happen, right? And I'm like, well, you can do that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, price tag. I can't do that. That's, I mean, and I'm like, hey, look, it's okay if you don't have the money. Oh, no. I have the money. It would just be like beneath us to pay that amount of money to do that. Like, we're visiting Vegas. My wife is gorgeous. I could just go to a bar and pick up people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, get real. That's not gonna fucking happen.
Hell
Like, okay, so let's go over the logistics of this, right?
Mhm.
And I was breaking it down for him in a very, very simple manner because he was a simpleton.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, okay, you and your wife could go out there and maybe find one guy that's good looking. Okay. Matter of fact, your wife by herself, she could go out there to the bar, and she was a good looking woman. You know, yeah, she'll pick up guys. You know, but just her and that guy, not you involved in the room stroking your cock on the chair, looking at them.
Yeah.
You know, that dude's gonna be like, no, this is some weird shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But okay, maybe there's a 50-50 chance that the dude is into that kinky shit.
Okay.
Okay. But you're not going to find 3-4 dudes that look good, that are muscular, that can get their dicks hard, that can do all types of circus maneuvers with your wife and do that shit for free.
No.
I was like, good luck with that. And I said, hey, you tell me how that works.
Yeah.
You know, matter of fact, I think the couple were coming from Canada.
Yeah. And then they decided to decline. And then he hit him up again on the day they were here, thinking he wouldn't have, it's like, no, now.
And I said, now it's triple the price.
Yeah. Like, being ridiculous. So it's like,
and I want the money up front too.
It's insane.
You know?
Yes.
I know we've talked about this before, Doc, but like I really do feel strongly about this, that it's unfortunate that in this lifestyle there is this everything related around the fantasy of it, the facilitation of making this all happen for real is built on the idea that this is just something that will naturally, magically just happen because it's how it is in his fantasies that he's been thinking about for 10 or 20 years, that is just magically going to happen. I mean, think about all the porn scripts that make this seem like it naturally happens. Like, oh, the wife is just walking down the street and she just bumps into this group of black guys. And she's like, hey, you want to come over? And they're like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. You know, it's just like, it's just so magically fucking, ooh, it just all of a sudden, ooh, it just happened.
Yeah.
And like,
all good.
Yeah. And so unfortunately, the fantasy around cuckolding is built around the whole idea that this is just, there's no planning involved or hardly any. And that it's just going to be this random stranger and he's just going to love it so much. And she's just going to be like 10 orgasms deep. And it's just going to be like the wildest thing that they ever fucking experienced. Meanwhile, for real, and this is goes back to the reason why people have been bombarding me with this question about how to find the right bull for the last 10 years, is that you're going to have to wade through a sea of shit in order to find one maybe good guy. And then something will happen and you're back to square one and you're like, holy fuck, we got to look again. We got to deal with all these fakes, flakes, losers and catfishers and dudes that are just not who they say they're going to be or whatever. And they're frustrated as fuck. And they're almost to the point where like, this is just, we want to give up. Like, we don't want to do, this is not fun. Like trying to find a guy is not fun. And then there's me and Doc screaming out there, like, just fucking pay for it. Make it happen the right way, how you want it. And I say, this is about hiring someone to facilitate your fantasy. This is out. What the fuck?
Venus's pussy just bit her.
She's getting excited.
It's her pussycat, by the way, not her vagina.
But I feel like this is somebody to facilitate your fucking fantasy. If there was something important to spend money on, this is fucking it. Because how many times have we thought about like, okay, she's agreed to do this one time. She's like, I will try it. Okay. Yeah. And so it better be what she wants. It better be a good experience. Otherwise, hubby knows like this will never fucking happen again. Like this is
Correct.
one and only fucking chance. Why are you relying on some fucking random stranger from the internet who just wants pussy as a fucking reward? Why are you taking that kind of risk with some fucking dude who doesn't give a fuck? Who's just like, this shit's kind of weird, but I just want to get my dick wet. You know?
He has no plan for multiple hours of fantasy. He has no plan.
No,
And
no
you know,
clue.
and you're lucky if he'll be able to get it up with another guy in the room, and you're even luckier if he can do it for more than 5 minutes with another guy in the room. You know?
Exactly.
So
And likely he's going to be nervous as hell, and she's going to be nervous, and the sex going to be shit because they're both fucking nervous. And like, do you really want that to be the way it goes down? I hate to be a boner killer right now to all the dudes listening, but like, come on, really?
it is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, okay, back to something that you said. You have one chance, right? Because for 90% of these guys out here, these couples,
Mhm.
you know, yeah, they've talked to their wife, and the wife is like, okay, yeah, I do want to do this, but I'm very, very apprehensive.
Yeah.
Because the woman is always more apprehensive
Yes.
than the guy.
Yeah,
You know, the guy's the one who's always setting it up, you
Yeah.
know, at least with me. And so the woman's apprehensive, but she's like, okay, Frank, okay, let's do this. But it better be a damn good time, right?
Yeah.
So you got one time, and you fuck up that one time by putting it to chance.
Yeah.
That makes no damn sense whatsoever to me.
No.
Yeah, but to go back to your story about the guy who was like, I could never pay for that. Like, that's just gonna ruin my boner. Like, that doesn't align with my fantasy of this just fucking falling into place like it's supposed to. It's like, okay, so now you're laughing. He probably was not able. I guarantee it, not able to fucking pull a gangbang. And if he was, I'm sure it was not the best experience because I know. I haven't had a gangbang yet, okay? We all know this. I'm waiting for my wedding night if I ever get married. But
you've been talking about that for like 5 years. Make that
a
shit
long
happen.
time. Okay, it's been a minute. But anyway, I know that if and when I do that, I want 5 guys who I am very comfortable with.
Right.
I do not want some fucking random dudes who just signed up to get their dick wet. Like, no thanks. Like, I want it to be memorable. I want to really enjoy myself, and I want these guys to enjoy themselves too. I want them to be comfortable with each other and with me. I want this to be a special experience, not just some fucking, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
Dude,
Yes. That's why I haven't had one either. It's like I don't want to just go in and have like 5 randos, you know, that I don't know, and it's just like one fuck party and comes everywhere. It's like that's it. That's part of it, but that's not. I want guys that I'm comfortable with, that I know, so we can all have fun.
yeah.
And it's not just them fucking me, and you know, I totally get that.
Have I ever told you this story about way back when, like a long time ago? I was myself and my best friend, my girlfriend, we signed up through a Craigslist ad. Okay.
Oh, shoot. Back in the Craigslist days.
Oh, fucking love that. I had so much fun on there. Anyway, it was dangerous as
I did
fuck,
as well.
but still. So it was an ad because it was a husband who was trying to fulfill his wife's fantasy. Okay. Her fantasy was that she wanted to be blindfolded and lay on a hotel room bed and have a group of other women come and just use her body, just have fun. Like just, okay. So this was her fantasy. He wanted to facilitate this for her. And so they put this ad out, and there was probably about 10 women who were there, myself and my girlfriend included. And the way that they did was they rented out this beautiful hotel room that had, 2 rooms. So he was in the other room just to be there, but not be there, but we all met in the lobby of the bar, and it was this woman, and I don't remember her name, who was the facilitator. And she, it was not the wife. It was just this woman. And so she kind of hung out with us, told us like what to expect and stuff like that. And we all had a drink together, and then we went up to the room together, and she kind of got things started for everybody. So to, get things moving with the play and stuff like that. And it wasn't until after when somebody mentioned, I think she was actually paid to do that. And I realized, oh yeah, she probably was. And so that, how smart of them to say, okay, we have this fantasy, we want to facilitate it, but we want somebody who's really going to make this work and happen and be cohesive and like comfortable and everybody and flowing and like all the good things, but also someone to be there to make sure that they get what they want in this fantasy. And I was like, that's fucking really smart. Why the fuck do we not do this with cuckolding?
I'm just saying. I mean, we have, you know, like we coordinate, you know, but obviously, you know, it's like, hey, hit up Doc Chocolate and he'll coordinate that shit. But it's because like, when you've done it before, you kind of know the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So when it comes to gangbangs, I know the good, the bad, the ugly. When it comes to orgies, I know the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, the more people, the more issues and variables are at play, and the more bullshit can happen. So like, it was good that guy had like, you know, paid that lady to coordinate that, because it's like, number one, she has to get like these 10 women who don't know each other. I mean, obviously you and your friend knew each other, but you know, she has to get you guys to, you know, mesh, and then get you guys comfortable, get that rapport built up, and then tell you guys, hey, this is XYZ ABC that's going to happen. And she's basically the quarterback. You know, saying, hey, do this and do that. And at the end of the day, the wife, she had her fantasy fulfilled. Husband, because his wife had her fantasy fulfilled, got his fantasy fulfilled. You ladies had a fun time, you know, and everything went good.
Yeah. I love that.
I mean, it's such a fucking smart investment. Like, I don't know why people frown on the idea of this. I really don't. But the other thing that I did want to mention, other than just fucking hire someone to facilitate this fucking fantasy come true for you, which is just fucking do it, is referrals from other women, from other couples, as being a really great thing. But I mean, if you live in a small town, you're probably not going to get referrals of anybody local. Like, but I mean, if you do know other couples who are local to you, or you have a way of finding out if there are any other couples, like FetLife has local kinky groups that you can go and talk to people there. You can do that. Find other people in your area, and they've done the work too. They've filtered through the fuckers. They know who's legit, who's not. Like, save yourself some headache and get referrals from other people in your area. And if you can't find referrals from other people in your area, then it could be just a matter of getting referrals for somebody who's far away, but you make a plan like, hey, in 6 months, we're going to fucking do this amazing weekend out in some other city together, and we're going to do this. And in that time, it's just going to be, you're going to tease the fuck out of your cuck and just be like, look, it's on the calendar. We're fucking doing this. And he'll love it. Okay.
You better love it, right?
Yeah.
Have you, I've only been on one dating site, and I guess I technically did find a bull because that was the guy who brought me into the lifestyle. But, have you ever tried OkCupid? I don't know if it's the same as it used to be, but it's very non-monogamous centered. I don't know if it would be the best for a couple necessarily, but it could be. It could work that way. But it's geared around like questions that are asked and answered, and the other person can't see your answers unless they answer the same questions. And the way I found this person was, we very much had the same idea about sex, that basically there are some really seriously focused sex questions. So we matched on sex, and the fact that, you know, we wanted to have fun or whatever, but we also wanted this and this. But it was probably the best, most focused thing that I have come across that, but I don't know if it's still set up the same, but it was really good. And there's a lot of lifestyle and non-monogamous people on there too.
Yeah, I think that you can use any of the dating apps, any of the dating sites, to be able to look for a bull. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from doing that unless unless like some crazy weird Christian website or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you can. And I used Tinder for a long time, and I was able at that time to find some guys, but it was few and far between. And most of the guys, if not all of them, had no idea about the lifestyle. So you're really working from a place of, okay, no, I'm going to have to really like teach this guy about all of this stuff and hope that this time that I spent invested in teaching this guy pans out.
Yeah.
Which sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I still remember you in Footboy.
Yeah, Footboy. Oh, he was great. Yeah, Footboy came from FetLife. That was a long time ago, but yeah.
Tell Charlie about Footboy.
Footboy messaged me on FetLife for a year. I ignored every message that he sent me, but he wasn't weird about it, and he was not persistent. He was just kind, like, can I please just come over and rub your feet, right? He obviously had a foot fetish, and so he was like 21. He was young as shit. Okay, I'm not a pervert. Okay, but
he's like, I checked his ID and make sure he was of age.
But it was funny because like he lived pretty close by. So anyway, so he would come over, and I love receiving foot worship. I fucking love it. I don't know how women don't like it. I'm just like, this is the best thing ever. So he did that, but then I taught him to eat pussy like a fucking champ, and.
Nice.
So,
thank you for that.
Yeah, I always told him, like, you can thank, or your future wife will thank me.
Yes.
And so, but he ate ass like a champ. He ate pussy like a champ. He was so good, and he really liked when I like actually fucking choked him with my feet down his throat. Like he loved that shit. He was kinky.
Whoa, your feet around his
like
neck or in his mouth?
In his mouth until he was like gagging. He loved it. He fucking loved it.
Damn.
Yeah. So anyway, that was years that he would come over, and I would just like lay down in bed, put on a movie, and just let him do his thing down there. And it was just great. I fucking loved Footboy. I advocated for everybody to get a fucking Footboy in your life. Okay.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Footboy, unfortunately, fortunately for him, found a girlfriend, and I had not heard from him since. But since I moved to this new city, I did find a new Footboy, but he's got a new name. It's Wizard Boy. Okay, because he's got wizard skills with eating pussy, and I mean it. I was just like, this is not natural. This is not normal. How the fuck do you know all this wizard shit about this? Like honestly, the best pussy eating skills I have ever encountered in my entire life, and it's something else. Let me tell you, it's something else.
What do you do?
Anything.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, his mouth. As soon as that guy puts his mouth on your pussy, you can tell right away when there's a champ in the room. Like he is next level, because you're just like, your mouth feels like I don't know the right word, but anyway, you're just like, damn. And then he does like this like combo thing with like his fingers and his tongue, and I was just like, what is this? What the fuck is this? It's so good. Oh my God. And then it just, but it's extended. So like, I'm talking like, you could be down there a long time doing all this amazing shit. And I was just like,
I love that.
I normally don't like switching stuff up, but this guy has every fucking move. Just like, you're just, whoa, what the fuck? How do you even know this? So anyway, okay, we're off topic. How to find bulls.
Wizard Boy. So Wizard Boy was delivering the goods to Dorothy. All right. All right.
It's amazing.
So as she cleans up that pool of water in her seats.
I'm like,
oh yeah, you too. So do whatever you need to do, guys and couples, ladies, to get the bull that you want for your wife, because anytime you have a fantasy, sometimes you need to invest to make that fantasy become a reality.
yes.
And don't try and get caught up in we're going to magically and mystically make this happen by happenstance, because guess what? It's not going to happen.
No.
And find yourself to coordinate that's party, whether it's myself or somebody else, yes. And this is me pitching myself. But anyways,
he is very good.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Welcome.
that. So, unless, and I'll say this, if somebody, even like Venus, she says that she will fly guys into her, she's a beautiful woman. And even her, she's not like, oh, I'm not going to pay to whatever. I'm not going to not pay somebody. She will pay to get quality into her. So we'll just leave it at
my
that.
pussy gets what my pussy wants. Okay.
And she's not talking about the cats.
No.
That's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you go to venuscuckoldress.com. That's where you can book a private chat with me. And you can also join the Queen's Quarters community and get all the amazing benefits like the private podcast and the Helpful Cuck tier where you can get key holding, the private Snapchat group, monthly private chats with me, and weekly live hangouts and invites to special live events. Oh, and you can also submit a question or a confession for the show. Just go to venuscuckoldress.com and click on the link that says the podcast. Make sure you follow me on Blue Sky Social. Yes, I said Blue Sky Social. Fuck Twitter. My handle there is @cuckoldressv. All right, that's it for today's show, you guys. We'll see you next time. Have you heard of Afterglow? You guys, this is so amazing. You've probably heard me talk about cuck porn before and how much I'm not really a big fan. And why? Because it's not really made for women, right? But Afterglow is different. Afterglow is ethical porn made by women for women. Well, it's for everyone, but it is especially for women. And I'll give you an example. They have hot wifing videos that one of them is that I watched. It was narrated by a woman. Okay. So hot. It's from her perspective, from her point of view. Oh my God. So sexy. Lots of interaction between her and her husband. Lots of eye contact, all that sort of stuff. Like, it's hot. Guys, if you want to get your wife or girlfriend into this kind of thing, watch this together. I'm telling you. But it's not just videos. They actually have guided masturbations. They have partner exercises to improve communication and intimacy. And they have candid interviews with sex educators, influencers, and therapists. Like, there's so much more than just porn videos. It's amazing. Definitely check it out. With the code Venus, you can try it out for a week. The website is xoafterglow.com, and the code you need for your free week is Venus. That's xoafterglow.com. Check out the show notes if you can't remember, if you just want the link. Enjoy.